Hi there. This is Twiglet, and I'm Danny Gregory, and welcome to Draw With Me. And we have a special guest. We have two special guests.
A new resident.
New resident. Here is, for size comparison, can you slide over it? There we go. Here they are for size comparison. Let's hope they don't
Hard to tell.
Yeah, Twiglet is basically double the size of Clover, our new dog. So, yeah, they are. What would you say? They're getting together. They're integrating. It's taking some time.
A little bit of drama.
It's taking some time. There's a little sibling rifolry out of the gate.
Yeah.
But it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
It's just going to take a bit of time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right. Well, there they are.
There they are. Our
friend, our good friend, and our new friend. So, yes, maybe you need to put her away.
Okay, yes. Because she was attempting to eat the rug, she's going into her crate. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a
lot.
It's
been a lot.
We picked Clover up on Saturday, and we were like, how hard can it be? You put out twice as many bowls of food.
Yeah,
you
we
walk.
thought they would
you
be
add
like
another
instant
leash.
best friends.
No, not at all. They are basically.
They both want to be the boss lady. Let's put it that way.
They're both. Yeah, they're both tough.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you live in a house with 3 boss ladies now.
Pity me. Help. If you can hear me, help me. Clover is 7 months old. She was born February 2nd. So she's
today.
She's 8 months old today.
Yeah.
8 months
she's
old.
very tiny, though.
She's tiny.
She's probably not going to get to the normal pug size. She's like a mini pug. She's like a toy pug.
Yeah.
She's 10 pounds. So
10 pounds.
Twiglet
is like 20 something pounds.
We're not going to talk about Twiglet's weight,
she's
but
20.
Yeah. So we're calling her Clover. She came with the name Opal, but we're changing it to Clover. But we've been calling her Mini Pug, because she's just tiny, tiny, tiny little girl.
Yeah.
But so much fun.
Yeah. Heidi says,
blink if you need help.
Send help. Send art supplies.
Yeah, send.
Yes, a lot of these people. Let's see. Laura says my dog actually loves her crate. So does Clover.
Clover loves her crate.
She spends the whole night in the crate.
Yeah,
no problem.
She does. Yeah. She's the best sleeper.
Yeah.
She's a really good dog. She just she wants to be a boss, and Twiglet's like, "What do you mean? No, can do."
I've been the boss here for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's interesting to watch. We'll see what happens. All right. Martine's drawing from last week wasn't featured. Well, Martine, I'm sorry. We do our best to scour Facebook, Instagram, and the schoolyard. Make sure you tag it #SBS Draw With Me.
Right, but
we'll try again next week.
But may I interject?
Too.
Instagram, Facebook, they don't always show us every legitimate post that's tagged correctly.
We really do.
Just know we never skip anyone intentionally. We absolutely love everyone sharing and caring. The cavalcade was brilliant, and it's our loss.
A lot. I mean,
Martine's.
I have to say yet again. I mean, these wild things.
I feel like we say that every week.
No, but these were significantly better than mine, and I thought that was. I also liked the way that a lot of people created compositions out of them, where they were marching together. It was just a lot of good stuff. Really creative stuff, but also carefully done and thought through. Really nice. So yes.
Yeah, I think people liked the topic.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get on to today's topic. Today is it today or yesterday is farm animal. Could you just move? You're just kind of off camera. Move this direction.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. No, other direction. That's a bit much. Go back a bit. There you go. Okay, sorry. Farm Animal Appreciation Day or Farm Animal Recognition Day. It's basically a day of acknowledging farm animals, some of whom, a lot of whom live under pretty tough conditions. And so we are going to draw some farm animals too. And just be aware of them,
Well, they're cute.
Yeah, they're cute, but they're food too. unfortunately.
Oh,
and
Lord.
yeah, but a lot of them are mistreated or they're under factory conditions. And
Is that what
Yeah.
we're recognizing? Where are you going? What is it? Just
but that's what Farm Animal Recognition Day is about. It's about recognizing that and being sensitive and aware of the needs and conditions of animals.
okay.
think that's-
Yep.
Yeah.
Heather says 4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
Yeah, that's Animal Farm. We're not doing that, though. Ellery says that she's excited because she grew up on a farm. Good, yes. Susan has given up uploading her pictures.
Oh, geez.
Guys, I mean, I'm sorry about that. And I think that's not the only reason to share your work, obviously. But please keep trying. And just
Well, another thing is
hashtag SBS. You just have to put that in the
it
somewhere
takes
in the
quite a while to
description.
make the little films. So if you're
Yeah.
uploading it somewhere
If you upload it, if it's not
close
there,
to the day of the
we do it on
new show- yeah.
Tuesday,
Monday, usually, yeah.
Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, so if you don't
And anyway,
have it up
don't
by
give
then,
up. That's depressing.
Yeah,
don't
please
say
don't.
things like that.
please don't.
We need you.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Let's move on.
So how many
enough sad things.
how many I know, gosh. I mean, I hope that puppy kind of canceled out a lot of these negative vibes we're having. Can we talk about the structure for your page?
Yeah. So we're going to be drawing 8 critters, and I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe I'll see if I can array them just horizontally. We'll see about that.
Okay.
But yeah, so just figure that we'll be drawing 8, which means we'll have 4 or 5 minutes apiece.
Great.
That's basically the plan.
All right.
Yeah, so let me just show you an example. Here's our first Bessie, the cow.
The sort of the iconic farm animal.
Yeah, in this case, with the larger animals, we have a cow and a horse. They're both going to be kind of cut off like this, so we'll see as part of them. And the other animals will see their whole bodies. And yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to draw with probably a brush pen, this Pentel Pocket brush pen, possibly this pen as well, the Tombow WSBH. And I'm thinking I'm going to bring in, this is a new pen to me, or it's been sitting in the drawer for a while. I thought I'd pull it out today. It is a Pentel pen. It uses gray ink. The gray is a little dark, so I'm probably going to dilute it a bit, and that's why I have this dish here. I'm going to dilute it a little bit in this dish. So put that aside there. Just going to put a bit of water into it. And so I'm just going to work monochromatically.
I mean, Bessie has like a lot of highlights in this. Like
I know.
she's glossy.
Yeah.
How are you going to deal with that?
I'm going to deal with it like I deal with many things, by ignoring it.
It's only a problem if you deal with it.
Exactly. I'm not in the mood to do like a super detailed drawing, particularly in 5 minutes. I'm going loose,
Well,
man.
you have to knock out 8, right?
I'm going loose. And here I go. So yeah. Going loose.
So it was funny. We thought that this was a wholly original idea, and then you saw we did farm animals once upon a time.
We have drawn everything under the sun, and now we're on our second
Yeah,
revolution.
we're going back around the bend.
We're back. So if you remember Farm Animals from, I forgot what the date was, but it was at some point. Maybe you'll look it up at some point and tell us. But yeah.
Jen is asking, "Can I draw using my own style?" Yes.
No, you must draw with my style.
Oh yes. I mean,
Whose else's
as
style
the
would you
Where the
draw
Wild
with?
Things prove, we want to see everyone's personality.
Yeah, your style. I'm just drawing with my style because that's my style. And actually my style is patented, so you're not allowed to use my style unless you have explicit instructions, approval from headquarters. And that can take 6 to 8 weeks to clear. So I'm just saying, I mean, there's a reason that we pay almost 200 lawyers for their help every day with drawing.
Laura's mentioning we did cows or sheep during COVID. I think those were sheep, right? Remember, it was like a moving.
That we did, yes. We did live sheep.
Live
once.
sheep.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Maybe we'll do that again sometime.
Well, I mentioned that to you the other day, and you said you thought it was too hard.
Yeah.
Anybody want to give Danny a challenge?
We'll deal with that some other time. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to try this gray pen undiluted and see how I feel about it. See, it's not black. It's just dark.
That made that cow look real sad.
She'll get happier. I'm gonna put
I need milked.
I am going to make her extremely happy extremely soon. Don't worry.
Good. Lisa's asking, have we ever done crows? I don't think so. Any other kind of corvid? I mean, we've done a number of different kind of birds, but I can't say I feel like we've done crows. We did Edgar Allan Poe. There was a crow in.
I was going to do crows,
Crow
but
in a Poe.
then I said, you know what? Nevermore. Done them once, nevermore. That was an Edgar Allan Poe joke. No?
No, and it didn't land.
Didn't land? Come on. It's got to be somebody out there who has read a book.
Jen's asking what the pups are doing. You know, they're both snoring. They're both snoring. We have to let sleeping dogs lie. Yeah, so in other places of the world, it's autumnal. Not so much here in Phoenix.
No. We are not going to break 100 for another week.
It is so hot. It's so hot.
When was the last time you were on a farm and saw farm animals?
Oh, interesting. Well, it's certainly been a while. I mean, we did a trip one year where we kind of drove down the West Coast and we flew to Seattle and then went north and went to the San Juan Islands. And I don't remember which island we were on. But there was a little farm there, remember?
That's right, yeah.
So we were staying in an Airbnb and she had, now I'm not going to remember, were they little goats?
Well, she had all kinds of exotic chickens.
She had all the stamp, but then she had, I want to say they were like little goats, but she had a whole mess of them. Well,
actually, I beg to differ. We have been on a ranch.
Oh, that's true, but that's not a farm.
It's not?
No.
I thought that was like Western for farm.
Negative.
All right, well, there's my cow. She's still a little depressed, but she's going to get better later on. All right, I'm moving on. There's the cow. One cow down. Cow down.
Here a cow, there a cow, everywhere a cow.
Yeah, I'm not going to draw these creatures in proportion because otherwise they'll just be like a bunch of little things here at the bottom of the cow's feet. So, but here's a chicken.
It's not a chicken.
It's a rooster. Sorry. Isn't chicken the species and and hen, and there's hens, and then there's roosters? No.
I mean,
and there's other kinds of things. Like
a lot of people in this chat know a lot more about these things than we do. So Jennifer Kankelfritz, who also, she was our lifeline when we did motorcycles. So tell us about this rooster chicken conundrum, Jennifer.
Yeah,
what do you know?
What's the story?
Tell us. Lisa says, yeah, it's a chicken.
I know it's a chicken, but I'm saying that hens and roosters are both chickens.
Ellery says, yes, both are chickens.
There you go.
Hens are girls, roosters are boys.
There you go. Exactly.
But they're all chickens.
Right.
Okay. So you did okay.
Did okay.
Well, yesterday when we were
correct?
looking at references, and I said, well, that's not, because you were like, I've got to have a chicken. And I was like, well, that's a rooster. So that's on me, because I said, you're going to get online tomorrow and you're going to tell everybody it's a chicken, but it's a rooster. I was wrong. I don't know much about poultry. Although, however, and I think we've talked about this before, our neighbors directly next door have a chicken coop. They probably have a dozen.
They're all hens.
They're all hens. They're gorgeous. They're those kind of fancy hens that have beautiful like puff balls, and they lay blue eggs, and every one of them is different. They all have personality.
But it's illegal to have a rooster in the city.
Yeah. Those things will wake you up.
Because those chickens make enough noise as it is.
The chickens are noisy. We don't mind them. We like it.
Because they're all like, I'm a hen.
But they provide us with their eggs, which is lovely, a lovely neighborly thing to do. So we endure a bit of clucking and occasional
We've looked after them when they went on vacation too.
We looked after them.
That's kind of scary because those things are kind of terrifying in a dinosaur sort of way. No,
you know, I felt the responsibility of if they got out and I couldn't get them back in. We have coyotes in our area, so I wanted to make sure that. And that happened. I took my responsibility very seriously.
A weasel or something like that got in there. We don't know what it was, and it killed a bunch of them. It was horrible, horrible. Hearing it, we had to listen to them screaming. I mean, I feel bad for them, but you should have seen how we had to suffer.
It was absolutely. I don't want to talk about it because it was a very upsetting memory. All right, Megan said ranches are farms, but not all farms are ranches.
There you go. Not all and not all ranch, but all ranches are farms. There you go.
Look,
thank you. This is my lucky day.
I'm a city girl.
As opposed to me, I grew up in a country. I grew up in lots of countries, so therefore I know all about the country.
All right, Lisa is saying she thinks this is a hen.
There you go. It doesn't have the full up. I mean, what are the things that make it
a comb?
But they all have a little bit of a comb. It's the roosters have all the different colors and stuff. Well, what have you? I think it would probably taste pretty good.
All right, Martine is giving us a fun fact.
Okay.
Farm animals have double names because of French occupation. The French royals would use a French word for the meat. That's why in English there is sheep, the animal, and mutton, the meat.
Beef and cows, poultry. What is a chicken? Chicken is poultry, though. Is poultry like the variety? I think it is. Like ducks, I think, are poultry. No?
Obviously, I'm not the expert here. Oh, Jennifer says ranches have lots of acres with land that isn't tillable. That's true.
Oh, I see, because they just put cows on it or whatever.
Well,
all right, I'm pretty pleased with that chicken. Except for its eye.
Twigs has taken over the new bed.
There you go.
It's a lot of politics in this house. A lot of it's mine, not yours.
Yeah.
Woof.
All right, there's my chick. Chicken. Let's move on. What do we got?
What's next?
Sheep.
Dolly.
There it is.
Remember the cloned sheep?
Yeah. She died recently.
Oh, no.
She was like 20. Yeah. Lived a long time for a sheep. All right, I'm just kind of stuffing these guys in here. It's kind of like Noah's Ark. Farm edition.
So we've talked about this years ago, but there's a fantastic film called The Biggest Little Farm.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone know this film?
I'm going to watch that film again.
It's delightful. It's delightful. So it's a young couple. I think they live in Southern California.
Again, documentary, and he's a documentary filmmaker.
And he's yes. So they live in Southern California. He's a documentary filmmaker by trade. They decide to purchase a farm that has been in some,
it's been
disarray.
It was like over farmed.
Yeah.
Like the land was exhausted.
Yeah. And they...
Oops, I can't see my sheep.
they commit to making it a organic, it's a like more wild type of farm. Like,
well, no, the key thing is that it's not a specialized farm.
Right.
It's a farm that has like lots of
integrated ecosystem.
Yeah, it's like a typical like old school farm of like chickens and trees and fruit and sheep and all kinds of stuff, and they all kind of interact with each other to be healthy.
Yeah, which means like you can't, just exterminate the coyote. Like the coyote is part of the ecosystem. You can't do away with the snake. The snake is part of it. The pests are part of it. But there are a lot of fascinating things about. I don't want to. There are some things that we could say that would be interesting little factoids, but they're spoilers. So just watch the film. I think you can find it free at this point on streaming because we saw it probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Did we see it in the theater the first time?
No.
So,
Maria says, love to see you drawing. You are amazing.
why, thank you. That's so nice.
That's nice. Yeah. Everybody likes to hear that they are amazing from time to time.
This is a fun subject, actually.
I mean, animals are fun to draw.
Well, there's also just a variety, like this like dealing with the wool as opposed to dealing with the feathers, and those kinds of things. Definitely liking this gray pen. I can't believe that it's been sitting in a box for so long. I just pulled it out.
It's got a bit of a sumi feel to it.
Yeah, but what's also cool about it is when it dries, it is waterproof. So you can watercolor over it and it won't run. Because I was going to use this Tombow, but then I thought, you know what, I'm going to try this guy out.
That Tombow looks warmer.
Well, there's a warm and I have a cool one as well.
I see.
But the Tombow is, it's going to get reactivated if I put water on it, if I do watercolor on top of it. So
if it rains on the farm.
Exactly.
So the first year we lived in Arizona.
Wait, hold on a second. I'm just moving on to the duck. I'm sorry, the goose.
Duck, duck, goose.
Duck, duck, goose.
So the last time you shifted your drawing was off camera. So
yeah, I know. I'm going to be more aware of that.
The first year we lived in Arizona, which sadly was during the pandemic, we decided to go to Zion, which is up in the northernmost corner of the state, and
it's a national park.
Yes, Zion National Park here in America. It's absolutely stunning. Anyway, we got again an Airbnb that was in on the Arizona side. It was called Cane Beds, is the place where we were staying. Tiny little place. Anyway, it was this very unique Airbnb where it was an old cabin that was on someone's property. And when I say
like
old,
like from the 20s.
Yeah, real old. And it was just like a one-room thing, like really not, it was very, very rustic, but it was cool. But it adjoined a cattle ranch, I guess you would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it rained. And the whole air.
Is that your memory of this experience?
Don't you remember how stinky the cattle farm was?
No, I don't.
Oh my goodness.
I remember the beauty of running bare-chested through the undergrowth.
No, you didn't do that.
Oh, that's right.
You didn't do that.
It was a fantasy. But I do remember that it was beautiful land, and it was like a miner's cabin or something like that where we were staying. It's like a real cabin.
Yeah, it was very rustic.
Cabin-y.
But I can't believe you don't remember the smell of the cattle.
No, I don't even remember good things.
Well, the rest of it was like a brief, here in the summer in Arizona, in this part of the world, we get these afternoon showers that can be profound. Like they roll in around 4 o'clock. They absolutely pound you with an insane rainstorm, and then they just roll right back out. So that was sort of what happened. I think we kind of arrived, we got ourselves set up, and then we were like, let's have a little glass of wine. And we were sitting, and all of a sudden it was like torrential rain, and it was so smelly.
And giant turkeys.
No, they were guinea fowl.
I think they were wild turkeys. Anyway, here's a goose. Quickly drawn goose, hastily drawn goose, but small. That's why it's small, and it's for some reason standing either on or behind the sheep. So I'm kind of running out of space. So.
In that marvelous Biggest Little Farm film, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was an interspecies love story, like a pig and a chicken, or a duck, or
It was a pig and a man, actually. We don't talk about that. There was actually a crucial scene with geese or ducks. I'm going to give you away one minor thing.
No, because that's the thing that is the coolest when...
Okay, I won't give it away.
Just watch the film.
Just watch the damn film.
Anyway, it was very cute, and these two animals really loved each other.
Okay, so now I'm going to do my horse. I think my horse is going to kind of stick over from this side, kind of, because I got the cow sticking in from here. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to put the horse in over here. Now, horses.
We love horses.
We love horses, but they're kind of hard to draw, I find.
Well,
but this is going to be easier because it's just...
I was going to say, Danny did you guys a solid.
Yeah.
Because drawing a horse body is, like, it's strangely perplexing.
It's just the proportion.
It's similar to that, like, when you drew a bicycle without a reference. You think you know where all the parts go, but the proportions are not...
What it is.
Yeah.
It's not, why the long face? Yeah, we got to go back to that ranch soon.
Yeah, we enjoy a dude ranch where we ride American quarter horses, and they breed them on the ranch.
Bare chested. Yippee-ki-yay.
The first time we went to the ranch, which was probably in like 2013.
Was it really?
Yeah, I think so. Danny had never ridden a horse before, so you were very brave.
Yeah.
It was very City Slickers. I think you had like a New York Yankees baseball cap. I was like, oh boy. But we got you ranchified in time.
I've never worn a Yankees baseball cap in my life.
I remember you were wearing a baseball cap because it blew off your head. Yeah,
I did.
And it was like, oh, geez. Rookie error.
Okay, so I think I'm going to do this mane in this. It's a beautiful horse.
It is.
Yeah, if you've never been around horses, it's a really unusual thing because, first of all, they're huge, but they're surprisingly like nice and gentle. Like they're not.
Well, I think that
they're sort of like the size of a truck. But
well, the horses on this ranch are nice because they're favorably socialized. But horses are complex creatures. I remember once we asked one of the wranglers there, and we said she didn't like the term horse whisperer, but she was, if you know what that means. And we asked her, are horses smart? And she kind of was disgusted with that question and looked at us and she said, a horse is smart at being a horse. I thought that was pretty good wisdom.
Yeah.
Someone called Farm Friends is here. My sister had a horse when we were growing up, and I was quite young. It was when she reached the age of 16, she said she'd prefer to have a horse than a car. So she had this horse.
She's always been a weirdo.
She had this horse named Willie. I mean, back then Phoenix was a bit more rural than it is now, and her friend had a horse, and there was the opportunity to board my sister's horse at their barn.
And it's not easy to board a horse because they're very curious animals.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, long story short, this horse was massive. He stood so tall, and my sister's kind of a mini, and I was a real mini, so it was interesting the first horse that I really knew was really just a gigantic horse. In fact, when we sold him, he went to the police. He became a police horse. He was desirable because of his size. But yeah, so when we go to the ranch, they have a wide variety of shapes and sizes. They're all American quarter horses, but really a wide variety of shapes and sizes and a lot of different.
So this gray brush, I'm able to layer it. And what's also nice about it is you can get this super fine point to it. So it's really working quite nicely with this horse. It's one of my favorites so far. This horse. Yeah, good. Okay, I think we're done with the horse. Moving on.
That's a nice looking horse, and it looks happy.
It does.
Some of your other animals are a bit like, "Brr,
I'm on a farm, help me." All right, so
leave me alone.
This is a farm cat. Farms, the animals are all working, right? They're not pets. They're all working.
Well, I think they're doing,
They're working.
they have their own nature is
But they have a
suited
purpose.
to their
To their job.
to their situation.
Yeah, a farm cat is not trained to go after vermin, right? They go after
Mice, barn cat.
mice.
It's like, oh, you have rats, get a cats. So, Farm Friends is actually named Lisa, and she lives on 40 acres in the woods in deep East Texas. Horses, donkeys, cats, dogs, poultry, and a couple goats.
So is it a ranch?
Well,
or is it a farm?
She said her YouTube name is Farm Friends.
Right. So, but can you tell us?
She popped in the middle. We had a debate earlier. Is a ranch a farm? We think we know the answer now. But we didn't when we started.
She seems like she would know.
Undoubtedly she knows.
But maybe she's too busy drawing.
It's possible she's already tuned out.
Really?
I don't know.
She's already gone? That's sad.
These things sometimes happen.
That's sad. Don't leave me. I need advice on nomenclature.
I feel like a cat is an essential part of any farm.
My cat has kind of a large body and a small head, but it's eaten a lot of mice.
And it will eat many more. How do you think these pugs would do on a farm?
Great.
Pugs were not bred for any real purpose other than sitting on a lap. So I'm not sure what a pug would bring to a farm.
It would sit on a lap. It would sit on the farmer's lap as he drove the tractor.
It would probably bring vet bills as it would do something to poke its eyeballs out.
Man, I love this pen.
I like the way you're getting this texture in.
Yeah, Yeah, it's this pen. It's magic.
Someone has asked about the pen recently.
Yeah,
and
it's a
didn't call it out.
Pentel color brush pigment pen. So there's pigment. There's versions that are waterproof and there's versions that are not. And unfortunately, their packaging and their branding is just Pentel is just one of my favorite companies, but I have to say they are very weird when it comes to naming things. Everything is called a color brush or a brush pen or a sign pen. It's
So
just
the correct, we have in disclosure have been sponsored by them in the past.
Yeah, we're not
and it's
now.
Pentel Arts, which is actually separate from Pentel, right?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
Even they don't seem to be
That's
sure.
not true. It's Pentel Arts.
Well, anyway,
They are fine products, and they have
they just have weird
decent
branding.
price points.
They
It's
just
like,
have weird branding.
why not try it?
I mean, everybody's used a Pentel. I mean, everybody's used like one of their sign pens. I'm sure you have.
I'm not sure everyone has.
Yeah, it's like a basic pen. All right, so there's our cat. We've got 2 more animals to go. We got Piggy here. Piggy. All right, Piggy. Let's see about you, Piggy. Where should Piggy go? Maybe over here.
Piggy Wiggles.
Piggy in the corner. Piggy in the corner. I'm gonna put Piggy up here. Piggy's kind of standoffish a bit, standing in the background.
Piggy is kind of large and in charge, right?
My father had a pig. He had several pigs.
Potbelly?
No, full-on pig. Full-on. Well, he had a farm. It wasn't really a working farm.
I would think you would know more about
in the north of England, but
know more about the. I think you're kind of off camera a little bit. Is it possible?
no, dead on camera. Yeah, he had.
I mean, I know I have a delay, but you're off camera for me.
Okay, well, I've adjusted since then. He had a pig. Its name was Ears. Probably because it had big ears, like this one does. And that was a fairly intelligent animal.
Oh, fairly, highly intelligent.
I mean, it was a member of my family, so that goes without saying.
And they're also very clean. You think pig pen, but pigs are very fastidious.
Yeah. Again, part of my family, one of my family traits.
So Intrepid Frady Cat says we have feral hogs. That doesn't sound good.
Oh, yeah. Those are the things that like stampede.
Well, here in Arizona, we have javelina.
Javelinas, yeah.
Which I think are peccary.
But those hogs are like stampeding, and they're a real menace.
They're fast.
And
They're
they
like
breed like
lightning
crazy.
fast.
But the ones that she's talking about are the ones that have like stampeded, and they spread like crazy. They have thousands of babies, and
Are they the Razorbacks?
honestly, I don't know.
All right, Silly Susie has an excellent little fun fact. Pig's gestation is 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days.
Wow. All right, then.
Cute. I mean, what's one of the greatest movies of all time? Not Pig in the City.
Certainly not Pig in the City, but it's prequel. What is it that the mice always say in that movie? There's like a statement. Pigs. I don't know.
Anyway, we're talking about the movie Babe.
That's another movie that we should watch again.
One of the greatest films of all time. Honestly, it's just exceptional in every way.
And how weird that the other films that director made are all the Road Warrior movies. That's a weird combination of things, don't you think?
Is that true?
Yeah, George Miller.
George Miller made Babe?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe that's why he did Babe in the City, Pig in the City, because that's like about like roving gangs and right? Doesn't Babe like get a punk outfit with like a leather jacket and stuff? Yeah, it's sort of like Babe meets Road Warrior.
have a lot of snoring going on behind us.
All right, there's my piggy. Piggy's done, and I think we're on the last one. Might have to go back in and look at these all over again and decide, because we're moving along in a...
Wait, Piggy was the last one?
No, there's one more.
Oh, I was going to say, there's one
Here's the last one, which is...
which I know a lot of people are going to appreciate.
Yeah, so this is... it's like a border collie.
Yeah.
But it's a farm dog.
Look at that. Look at that face. Look at the eyes. It's like, I'm here to do work.
Yeah, always alert. So
Deb's asking the size of your sketchbook. Looks like a 9 by 12.
This sketchbook is 9 by 12, correct. Here, I'm going to show you the whole page now.
Zoom it out.
Can I do it my whole page here like this? No, that's not good either. How about...
Drum roll, please.
There.
Cool page, babes.
Yeah, so I think I'll put the dog over here. And then maybe I'll label each of these critters. We have to come up with names for them, though. It can't just be their species. Like, let's try and think of classic names. Like Silly the Goose.
Kyle Ethan says, I love your philosophy of capturing the essence of your daily journaling. I'm going to start tomorrow. Kyle?
Start today.
So as he goes on to ask, and I'm sorry, I believe Kyle could be male or female, but do you have any tips for a person struggling from finding the right time for journaling? Is the answer not embedded in the question? You're here now.
Yeah, the right time is Thursday at 9 o'clock.
Nope.
You know, I think that's a good question. So there are different kinds of journaling that I do. So one kind of journaling is when, you know, you don't have anything else to do.
The dog reference disappeared for people and they're clamoring.
Shoot. Okay, sorry.
Hold, please.
Here we go. So one philosophy can be just have your sketchbook with you. And then when you have downtime of some kind, use that time to draw with. So it could be, you're at the DMV, you're sitting in your car waiting for somebody, you're watching TV, you're commuting, instead of going to YouTube, pick up your sketchbook and draw. So that's kind of like whenever it happens. And then you just capture that moment. Another thing is you could have a lot of time. Like I write in my diary every night, literally as I'm in bed. I'm sitting in bed. It's like the last thing I do before I read my book. And
Danny doesn't have the problem of falling asleep on the sofa whilst watching TV like I do.
it's true.
Probably because you don't drink wine while watching TV like I do.
It's true. So I think, the key is to integrate it into your life and or to have it as a habit. So if you have it, if you have a time and a place for doing it, great. Otherwise, have it with you at all times. But don't make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I think the more formalized you are about it, the less likely you are to do it.
Well, we all have things we do on a regular basis. So for me, like a lot of people, I go to bed every night. So therefore I can do something right then and there. In the days when I used to commute to work, I had that, and I would walk to work, and I would sometimes on the way to work, I would stop and just take a break and do a drawing of something.
Like the coffee cart on the side of the street.
Yeah, or like a building or whatever, those kinds of things. It's
Or a dog defecating. You had a whole sketchbook full of dogs pooping.
It wasn't a whole sketchbook.
Well,
It was a small leather-bound edition. Yeah, but I would go to the park with my dog every day,
And what do you see when you're at the park with your dog?
Well, I mean, I would draw my dog generally defecating, but it was, it's just like you're hanging out. You know how dogs are. They have to sniff everything, and you say, you know what? While you're sniffing, I mean, we would go to the dog run, and there's all these dogs running around madly sniffing each other's butts, and I would just kind of draw them and draw the people sitting there, and that was kind of just a thing. Yeah. But if you think about it, we all say, oh, I have no time. But it's like, does this matter to you? If you want to do it, you'll find time. It's like, I'm sure you find time to...
There's time for anything you prioritize.
Watching TV, playing video games, going to YouTube, all those things. Just make it one of those things you do. It's not a big deal. The reason that we resist it is because we have this feeling like it has to be really awesome, and then so you do it once or twice, and it's like, it wasn't that good. But again, if you play video games, you probably don't have that attitude. You start playing a video game and you suck at it, and then you get better at it because you do it again and again and again. So
yeah, it's like every time you do it, you unlock a new
level.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether video games resonates with you, but I happened to be thinking about it this morning. Not that I play video games, but I was anyway.
Can you say anything about the water brush you're using?
Okay, so again, this is a Pentel. Here it says it right here. Pentel color brush pen, brush pigment. And this one happens to be gray. And what I'm doing is, as
sat in your drawer for like 2 years, and you just busted it out, and now you love it.
Yeah, I was looking for some refills for another pen, and I was like, oh, wow, look at this. Now, what I've been doing here is I'm diluting it. So now I'm going to squeeze it a little bit, get some more pigment into the nib, and now it's coming out darker. So I want to get the highlights on this dog. I don't think I got the proportions of the dog particularly right, and then I'm going to do, its eyes are really nice. These kind of dogs have those light colored eyes. Not sure that I got that right, but yeah, I didn't get the chest long enough, but
I think anyone at a glance would know it's a border collie.
it's not like a fox or something.
No, it's not a fox.
Maybe it's sort of a runty kind of like a...
You can't tell it's runty because everything's proportions in this are completely,
This could look more like a corgi.
No, it's not a corgi.
The ranch that we go to, they also have corgis. They're called cowboy corgis.
Yeah, they are cattle dogs mixed with corgis, so they are a bit hardier than a regular corgi.
Yeah, so maybe that's what this is. It's one of them.
I mean, this is clearly a border collie, but whatever.
It's a runty one, though. Runte. All right, so now I'm just going to do some little bit of labeling because we're doing well for time, right?
Oh, you got 10 minutes.
Yeah. So, have we come up with names?
Lisa's asking, are those Pentel pens refill?
I think you can. I don't know really. I think you can maybe take this part off. I don't know. They're kind of meant to be disposable. I think you probably could refill them, but they're not like this thing, the pocket brush pen, which is designed and they sell refills like that. Oh wow, look at that! That refill's completely empty. Good thing I opened it. Whatever happened to my refill? That was lucky. That was lucky. Yeah, I have like boxes of these refills because this is my favorite. But now I'm in despair. I thought I had one lying here. Anyway,
these things sometimes happen.
So, have we come up with names?
I didn't.
What's the pig's name?
Babe.
Babe.
Pig is Babe or Charlotte. Or Oink.
Too late, it's Babe. Keep thinking about the other critters, though. All right, what about this horse?
I'm I'm gonna let the
Right. I need
the
some
chat.
help. Oh, Wilbur. Wilbur.
I think Wilbur was for the pig.
Yeah.
Sorry. Flicker the horse.
Flicker. Okay. Flicker. Flicker it is. Is that Twiglet?
Yeah, it's Twiglet. She's really crashed out. This new pug is really wearing her out. People wanted the horse to be Spirit.
Well, Flicker could be the cat. What's the cat's name? First name, Max the cat. Tiffany says Max the cat.
Okay. Max is a good cat name.
It's a good short name.
More importantly, fewer letters.
Okay, what about this chicken?
Yeah. Chicken time. No one's popped up a name for a chicken that I can see.
I like this Zen Den Adventure says, I sketched the news folk last night.
Someone else
Loosely
mentioned...
and without concern of how it came out, but just to get my pen on paper.
I love that.
Excellent. That's a great thing.
And someone else sketched their jury duty. All right, I think Paloma is the chicken.
Paloma. Sonia says, I just saw yesterday for the first time your videos on YouTube, and they put me behind my sketchbook again after an art block during almost 2 years, so thank you. Your videos have really inspired me. That's very nice. All right.
A number of people are voting for Henrietta.
The hen?
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's pretty cute. Oh, Nugget would have been a good name for the chicken.
That's sickening.
A number of people suggested the pig be named Bacon.
That's disturbing. Henry. Why do I feel like I'm misspelling Henrietta? Am I?
Henrietta.
Yeah, I got it right. It looked weird. Okay, what about the sheep? Lanolin?
I'm not sure we've seen a sheep name so far. Do we have a sheep?
I like this Neplard. Leopard says, I'm cracking myself up. My cow looks like the front end of a guy in a cow costume. I live in Wisconsin. I'd better go practice. No kidding. Front man, better than being the back man in a cow costume. All right, Mutilda. Daisy. I like Daisy.
Daisy for the cow, I think, is good. Yeah.
Daisy's a good name.
Dolly for the sheep.
All right, Dolly. And we've got the goose. Now, what are geese typically known?
You already did the sheep? You were off camera. There you go.
A goose is, I like Silly the goose.
Yeah, Silly the goose. We say that to our dogs an awful lot.
And then
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Like it. What about this dog?
Who's naming the dog?
Gilbert.
Angus. Angus is a nice dog name.
Angus, yeah.
It's but kind of like Angus cow, though.
Fritz, Angus, Barry the sheep.
Jake.
I like Angus.
Sam, Jake, Kip, Roxy, Fritz the frisbee dog.
This is not a frisbee dog. This is a serious working
Sammy
animal.
or Sam.
This is a serious working animal. In Babe, remember they used to call the dog a wolf?
Did they?
Yeah. The sheep did not like the wolf dog. Remember there were two of them? There was a male and a female.
Oh, somebody says call the dog King. Come here, Clover.
So is this like
you want to be on camera again?
What do we call this farm?
On camera again? Come here.
Is the name of the documentary The Biggest Little Farm? It is. Yes.
Yes.
The Biggest Little Farm.
All right.
Okay, so we're
Here
pretty
she
good.
is, a very sleepy little pug puppy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Move over a little bit. Other
Which way?
direction. Other direction. Where you just were moving. Other direction. There she is. Hey.
Oh, what's going on? Oh.
All right, I just have to label the whole thing. Should I just say like Old MacDonald, or what do you think this is called?
E-I-E-I-O.
No, I don't know. That's too awkward looking. Gregory Acres suggests Jeff. Yeah, Jeff.
We could barely handle 2 pugs. What would we do with all these animals? Oh, Clover, do you have the hiccups, baby?
Both of these dogs have had reverse sneezing of late, which is a somewhat alarming thing.
I think they're both like really gobbling their food because they don't want the other to get it.
Yeah,
Now we
just
have
really-
like food wars.
Okay, so yeah, wow, did you see that? I just finished the word 10 o'clock.
Bing! Landed the plane.
That is a sign of a professional. Professional, I'm not sure what, but there you go. All right. That's it. The farm is complete.
The farm is complete.
I like that.
Yeah, so next week when we come back, this little nugget might be bigger. And she might be not biting on the rug.
Susan says she feeds her dog separately. Yeah, we're feeding them kind of at opposite
Yeah,
ends
they
of
are
the
being
kitchen.
fed separately. However, comma,
Yeah.
they sometimes take it upon themselves to reunite during the feeding.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're ready.
Yeah, we're done.
Um,
That was fun.
that was fun. I
You
enjoyed
got a
it.
lot done, and I mean, do you feel tired? Do you feel like,
Gives me energy.
okay, good.
No, I think. I mean, honestly, Selfie Timber was very helpful.
Oh, that's interesting.
Selfie Timber was like
It loosened you up.
just drawing. I mean, I drew
Come here,
every day for 30 days. Plus, I also did Draw With Me. So there was like, I did some other drawing on my own. So that was like, I did like 50, 60 drawings in a month. And that really, that got me kind of, loosened up and flowing nicely. So I'm happy with that. I should take this and look and compare it with the last time we did the farm thing. I have it somewhere to see if it was better. But it was also nice to have just one color. In this case, that light gray. It kind of made it manageable. And yeah, it was good. I enjoyed myself. All right, so I would like to see, I know some of you said your stuff wasn't being found. Just make sure this is exactly that you're doing it. Hashtag SBS, that's Sketchbook School, Draw With Me. All one word. Just put that somewhere on your thing, and the algorithm hopefully will find it. So thank you.
And make sure your account's not private.
Oh, that's a good point. If your account is private, we won't see it. And a lot of people do that because they don't want.
I understand. I get it. I get it.
Right. My essays, I write an essay every Friday. I write one on Tuesday too, but that's a different matter. On Friday, I write a free essay available to you as a public service. So you can read it by going to dannysessays.com and signing up, and I'll send it to you. It's free. You don't have to do anything. I mentioned Selfie Timber. A bunch of us have been getting together and drawing. Now we're doing it, celebrating Inktober. So if you'd like to become a member, you should see it right on your screen there. It just says join. If it doesn't for some reason, then go to the description below and there'll be a link there to help you join. So join, and also please subscribe to this channel. Give us a thumbs up, all those kinds of things. So yes. And Andrea asked about Illustrated Life. Yes, we're in fact
next week.
Yeah, is it next week?
Yeah.
Yes, we're actually just working on the last details of it because we've been doing some revisions and improvements to it. So yes, we will be announcing it. If you're on our mailing list, please check out the mail, and we'll probably announce it here. We'll talk about it a bit here.
We'll be back to tell you all about it next week.
Yeah, that's our illustrated memoir course. Done.
All right.
See you again next week. Bye-bye.